program today for streaming that I've never used before, so may have some kinks to work out. I'll be very curious to know whether or not everything is working as it properly should be. So if you happen into the channel and you are able to hear me and everything seems to be working, just go ahead and give me a shout out that you're here and let me know. Alright, looks like it's working on YouTube. I just got to update the info for the stream here. Awesome. Dutch Gabbers, hello. Welcome. I just got to find out now if it's working on Twitch, and I think we'll be all set. Yes, a stream all for yourself. So far. Give it a few minutes, though. I think a lot of our regulars should be here. If you're here and watching, go ahead and give us a shout out. Let us know you're here. We'll get started here in about 2 or 3 minutes. Picking up in November 1938. Oh, sorry, Dutch, you're not the only one anymore. All right, we'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. No, a lot of our regular folks aren't here yet, but we'll let them jump in as they arrive. Alright, I'm just going to verify real quick that it's working on Twitch and we'll get started. Looks like it is. Alright, we're going to get started. Let me just pull my chat window back up. And anybody who jumps in during the stream will be able to go back and watch it later. It will go live on the channel within a couple of hours on YouTube. So where we are right now is it's November 1938, and there's this war going on between Romania and Bulgaria. I am quickly trying to justify a war against Romania so I can jump in, but I think by then Bulgaria is probably going to be out of this. But I've still got almost 3 months, so I don't think Bulgaria is going to hang on that long. I've got to wait until February 6th of 1939 before I'll be able to get into the action on this one. So by then I'll probably be conquering a much stronger Romania. So what are we not producing right now? Naval bombers. Probably not a big deal at the moment. Ireland has capitulated to the Union of Britain, so the socialist menace continues to spread. That's obviously where the major combat's going to be. And, of course, Germany's at war. That war between Britain and Ireland kind of brought the world into things, and so we've got a world war basically going on at this point. And it's being called the German-British War, but it's mainly between a bunch of various European powers against these three communist nations, Britain, France, and Italy. So for now, we're staying out of that conflict, which is fine with me because I'll focus on kind of reforming the Austro-Hungarian Empire a little bit, build myself up a little stronger before I go trying to take on these powers over here in the West. So I know we've got a couple more people that are watching now, so go ahead and give a shout out if you're watching. Let us know where you're watching from, even though I may know a lot of you folks. Some of the other folks who are here watching may not, so it's always kind of cool to see where everybody's coming from and watching. We're going to pause real quick. Got a research slot available. I'm going to almost always going to have at least one dedicated research slot to my land doctrine because I want to keep on top of that as much as I can. Manpower's getting low again. Flanders, Wallonia has capitulated to the Union of Britain, so the British menace continues to spread. And you can see right now that France has started to make some inroads into Germany. I don't really want to join their faction. I want to be able to create my own at some point. So Dutch, where are you watching from? Am I to assume that you are in Holland, the Netherlands, watching? Or is this Dutch what you like to be called? Alright, there's Battleship 2, so I may go ahead and start queuing up some battleships for my Navy now that I've got a little bit better research done into that. Navy's not going to be a huge focus for me early on, but at some point it will be. We've got air doctrine going. What is it? It's almost 1939, so let's get some decryption going. I want to have a little bit better understanding of what's going on around me. All right, we got a few more people in the room now. Why don't you give us a shout out, let you know you're here. Let us know you're here and where you're watching from. Say hello. It's almost 1939. Bulgaria is hanging on for dear life, just hoping that they can still be around when I'm able to invade Romania. And I do need to check Romania, make sure they're not making any alliances with anyone. And it appears they're not, so I'm good there. How are we coming on producing new Panzer divisions? I'm just not producing enough tanks is my issue right now. Alright. We can clear up some of these. We don't need to produce more fighters right now. I definitely need as many tanks as possible, though. So that's mainly what I'm going to focus on right now. Let's look at trade. Hey, John Payne, how's it going? Where are you watching from? This is actually part of a series that I've been doing. This is the 4th episode, and they've all been live streams. I'm going to be live streaming this series every Tuesday and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time here in the States, but it's mainly for folks that are watching around the world. We've got a lot of folks watching, especially in Europe, and I wanted to do something that worked for their time. I know it's not as convenient for folks here in the States. A lot of folks are at work, but wanted to do something for them. So You can go back and watch the 3 previous episodes if you so choose at any point. Just go to the channel, and it's all in a playlist. This is an alternate timeline world. So the Princely Federation took a state. Princely Federation's over here in the former India. This is a world in which the Central Powers, Germany, Austro-Hungarian Empire, and the Ottomans won World War I. So it's a very different world here in the 1930s than it otherwise would have been. France, Germany, Italy are all communist. Washington State, awesome, very cool. I've got 6 states I haven't been to. Washington State, the extent of my visit to Washington State was changing planes in Seattle on my way home from Alaska. So I'd very much like to see more of Washington at some point. It looks to be very beautiful there. So we're waiting. We got about 3 weeks left, and I'll be able to declare war on Romania, and it appears that Bulgaria is going to last until then. Japan has declared war on Dutch Ostasian, so that's German East Asia, Deutsche Ostasian. So German East Asia is over here somewhere. No, that's not it. Oh, maybe it's over here. I don't know. All right, a famous German writer and the member of the lost generation of poets, Erich Maria Remarque, has released a new book, the first major work of alternate history in the German Empire. It's kind of interesting. He's basically writing a alternate history in which the real history happened. So that's kind of cool. They put this in here. What childish fantasy. Hey, Lucas, how's it going? Glenn, how's it going there? I was mentioning earlier, this is my very first time trying new streaming software. I'm using OBS, which was recommended to me by a number of folks, and it definitely seems to be the way to go. I've been using mirrorless action, which was very user-friendly, but it was bogging down my frame rate, especially on this game. My last episode, my last live stream the other day was just brutal because it just slowed way down. Canada has declared war on the Union of Britain. Interesting, very interesting. So Canada, which is led by, at this point, King Edward VIII, who has not abdicated because of his love for an American divorced socialite. Looks like Combined Syndicates of America are finally making headway on the American Union state here in this 4-way civil war that they have going. Yeah, a lot of administrative stuff in this game. That's a big part of it. Invite others to join the Vienna Circle, so that actually gives me some boost to research time. It's a 1% improvement. Now comes the decisions that I need to make about some of these other things. I can go Protector of the Balkans, which will allow me to create a faction, which I've been desperately wanting to do. I'm now able to do that. So it might be interesting, you know, I might form a faction that's separate from either of the warring factions right now, which I'd prefer to do. I'd rather not get sucked into the major world conflict that's happening. I want to leave my options as open as possible. So we've got a Japanese-German war. I guess it is the same now as the British-German war, but you've just got 2 separate groups. It's kind of like World War II, where you had the Soviets fighting alongside the Allies, but not really one of the Allies, so to speak. An alternate World War I know they were making about the alternate World War I from KAISERREICH. It's called Führerreich. No, I was not aware of that. I'll have to check that out. All right, so we're into February, which means we're only a couple of days away from being able to invade Romania. It's fairly even right now if you look at the manpower in this war, although the German powers have a definite edge or have a definite disadvantage as far as losses. They've lost about 3 to 4 times as many. So let's take a look. Bulgaria hanging on. In fact, they pushed back a little bit, so that's nice to see. Oh, it's a mod. Okay, gotcha. All right, we've got some available planes and reserves. Let's go ahead and get them kind of going here. Queue up some additional fighter units. And we're going to get them fighting for air superiority. Okay, I can put them right here. I don't have any. I'm going to have to build some air power over on this side. I don't have any right now. Okay, I can put them in Poland. There we go. Alright, justification's completed, so I've got some things I got to do here. First of all, let's go back and look at where things stand. Alright. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to move my air power to be closer so I can get them fighting in the Balkans. Okay, there we go. I think I should be ready to go. This is impassable, although there's a little open spot right here. So we're gonna plug that gap with those couple of Panzer units here, and I'll let them get over there before I declare war. And then let's see real quick who I can rush to the field. I hear you, Lucas. I hear you. We all know KAISERREICH won the Weltkrieg. Anything else is pure propaganda against the Vaterland. Alright, so if you weren't here when I mentioned this earlier, we're going to settle into a regular schedule now with this live stream until the series is complete. It's going to be every Tuesday and Friday at this time at 1 o'clock. So that way you kind of know what to expect a little better. And it seems like this software is going to work really well for playing this game. So I'm pretty excited that I finally have something that's not going to bog my system down. I'm going to get all these units assigned over there. It's going to take them some time to get there. But I've got at least a couple there to kind of stem the tide. But we're ready. We're ready to declare war. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when I do this. I don't think I'll call my allies. I'll handle this one all on my own. And let's go. I'm going to take a look at the... I do not have air superiority. Okay. So we're going to need some more planes before I can have air superiority, because I apparently don't yet. Downfall and stability? Well, that's to be expected, I guess. What are we waiting on, folks? Oh, I guess I didn't give them orders, did I? Okay. I put them on the border, but I didn't give them actual orders for invasion. That was my mistake. Bulgaria will be happy about this. I wonder if... oh, I don't have a faction yet. Once I complete my current national focus, which will be in about 44 days, 43 days, I'll be able to create a faction. So how's the weather where everyone is today? It's a little cooler here in Ohio. Only about, I don't know, maybe 60 degrees, but it's very cloudy. And it stormed yesterday. Oh, it's 52 right now, it looks like. So hopefully it's going to warm up. Volunteer forces that have been fighting in Bulgaria have been returned home. Yeah, that's because I'm actually at war now. So let's pause for just a second. I've already split Romania in two, which is kind of awesome. Alright, we just completed our medium tanks, which will maybe add some of those to my armored divisions. Got a decision available to legislate freedoms. That'll give me some weekly stability which I kind of want right now because I took a stability drop right now. Ah, it's raining down in South America. You're in, Lucas, you're in Argentina, correct? I want to make sure I remember that right. Do you get a lot of rain this time of year? I guess, is this, this would be fall for you guys, right? Alright, so this war's going really well. I kind of expected that it would. Still not air superiority, though. So here's something I need to do real quick. I want to start producing some medium tanks. Obviously, I can't produce many right now because I'm very limited as far as my factories go. But I want to produce those, and then I'm going to go ahead and edit my Panzer divisions, which includes some motorized infantry right now, but I want to go ahead and add some medium tanks to that as well, which obviously is going to take some time to get them in there. Alright, so we're going to keep going with battlefield support in my air doctrine. Hello, sir. I'm assuming sir. I guess I shouldn't assume that. It was easier than trying to pronounce your name. Are you in, with the CZ, I was just wondering, are you in the Czech Republic by any chance? Australasian Guard. Surprising news from the Australasian Confederation as the center party managed to come from behind victory in the recent elections. Interesting. Tibet declared war on Bhutan. So we've got this major kind of chunk of land being controlled by Mongolia and Tibet here. The eastern parts of Asia are very broken. No real great power there. Ottoman Empire still going at it with Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Iran, all fighting for control of the Middle East. Czech Republic, I thought so. Okay. Awesome. Welcome, sir. Dominion of India declared war on Bhutan. Glenn Gaming, well, we are now at war with Romania. I don't know when you were out, but I've invaded Romania. I've kind of split them in half. So now I'm pushing down into this territory here, and then Bulgaria is pushing up. So this war is going to be over fairly soon. Well, interestingly, Romania hasn't lost many of its victory points. So once we get Bucharest and start taking some of this territory, that'll change. I need to turn some of my units this way because I guess what's happened is we turned down here and some of my armies have now gone the other way. So let's issue new orders for their offensive line. The Bulgarians just took Bucharest. Alright. New orders for this army. But I need to turn them around and start going into this territory here because they're marching in on my rear. Do I think Steam sales will make Hearts of Iron 4 cheap? I would think so at some point. I don't even know how much it is right now. Sure. Thank you, I guess. Hearts of Iron 4 still being the most recent one in that series. I think your best bet is to hope that they do a bundle sale where you can get the game as well as some of the mods all together, and that's usually what you're more likely to see rather than just a sale on the base game itself. €40. Okay, yeah, that's even more expensive than I paid for it because I think euros are worth more than dollars here in the States, and I think I paid $40 for it a couple of years ago. All right, we've got super heavy battleships. I don't think we'll go there yet. I do want better landing craft available because at some point I'll need those. All right, now we've solidified the line here. We've got 13 Romanian divisions that are isolated and about to be destroyed. Let's go ahead and just... Why won't... Oh, I can't get in there because... Oh, there's Protector of the Balkans. Why won't it let me go in there? That's interesting. There we go. Oh, because all of my units are maxed out on organization right now there. We're going to go in and finish those guys off. Alright, so now I've got a decision to make. Intervention in Romania, obviously, I can't do because I'm already at war there. Approaching Albania, I can't do until I'm at peace. The Syndicalist Menace. That just, I don't know what that'll do right now, but let's take a look down here. We can't do military occupation until I'm at peace, I think. So we're going to have to wait till this war's over before I do any of those things. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and focus on our economy for a little while. I also want to look at, okay, India annexed Bhutan. I want to look at the situation with my conscription because I'm already at extensive, so I'm going to have an ongoing manpower problem in Austria, apparently. I can't go to service by requirement because my enemies just aren't strong enough for it to allow that right now. Will I play Millennium Dawn today? Well, no. I just finished up the German series. That last video went live this morning. I think you may have seen it. I'm trying to remember if that was the one I saw you commenting on. But that went live a couple of hours ago, my last episode. So for now, I have no current Millennium Dawn series with that one ending. But once I finish up my current Ultimate General Civil War series, because I've got like 5 different series going right now. Once I finish my Ultimate General Civil War series, I may do another Millennium Dawn. We'll see. Lucas, yes, I always welcome suggestions. Let's see where the war stands. Okay, Romania is just about done. One more victory point, and I think maybe this one right here. There it is. All right, so it looks like Bulgaria has actually got a few more points than me, and mostly because they were in this war with Romania long before I was. So I'm going to have to decide where I want to go with the points that I have. It's not going to let me take all states. So let's start here. Oh, I got a notification. It's not going to let me do that. Okay, I'm going to have to pass. So Bulgaria may take something. Ah, boy. I may not get much out of this. Alright, is there anything left to be taken? Bulgaria got almost all of it. Alright. Put on some music. Well, here's the main reason why I don't play the music on these videos. A lot of the games, the music, especially the games with mods, because with mods they're not really regulated so much. And people just kind of can put any music they want in them. I get copyright hits on my YouTube channel, which can hurt my channel and cause me not to be able to monetize my video with ads, which is kind of the point of making the videos, because I'm trying to turn this into a business that allows an additional income for my family. So I, in rare exceptions, will play music, but for the most part you won't hear music on my videos. Just for that very reason. But there are some fantastic soundtracks on some of these games. Whenever I play a World War II game on Hearts of Iron 4, like this one, there's a fantastic mod that uses the soundtracks from war films So it uses soundtracks from Band of Brothers, from Saving Private Ryan, from Enemy at the Gates, movies like that. So I love using that. Will I ever play the Iron Curtain mod? That would be very interesting. MWO Gaming. I haven't seen that one, but that would be fascinating to play. So I'm going to write that down and try to remember that. There's no link right now in the description for the stream, but in the description for any of my videos, and once this one goes up on the channel here in a couple of hours after the stream's over, there's a link to my Discord server, and one of the things on the Discord server is a place for you to go and make suggestions for games or mods for me to play, either in the game suggestions tab or in the Hearts of Iron 4 tab if it's a mod for that game. So please check that out and do that. You can click on the link to any of my other videos and find the Discord link, or you can wait, or if you're watching this later, and it should be in the description. So let's take a look here. Annexation of Romania. The Iron Guard regime has been extinguished, and their crimes against humanity are finally stopped. We no longer have to worry about them. All right, so if we occupy them, we're going to lose some war support, some stability, and political power. But you know what? I kind of want to occupy them anyway. I'm only taking two states. All right, so we've grown some more. Basically, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, or as the Austrian Empire here, is Austria, Hungary, and now a little bit of Romania, including, I believe we have Bucharest. Yep. So let's kind of get reset here a little bit with my armies, and we've got to think about what comes next at this point. Which, for me, now that this war's over, once this current national focus is complete, I've got some other options. So real quick, just looking at the rest of the world, the Spanish Civil War is almost complete. The nationalists have just about won, which will be make me interested to see if they join France and Britain and Italy. There's an increase in stability. Wow, American Union State fights on, and they're pushing up into West Virginia, Maryland, and almost into Pennsylvania now. In the east, the Russians have just about taken out the Soviets. And South America, again, we've got a socialist country in Brazil. I'm concerned about what they may do. All right, we got to make some changes with trade here. We don't need that anymore. I've taken oil. Oh, that's right. I got 72 oil from taking that territory in Romania. Fantastic. Same reason Hitler wanted Romania. So that frees up some of my factories. What is Bulgaria giving me? They're giving me 8,500 infantry weapons. That's awesome. That's actually really helpful. Wallachia, yes. What happened to Middle Africa? Let's take a look. France, the Kingdom of France, which is separate from the Commune of France, still controls large parts of the Sahara. But down here we've got Buganda, which I don't remember existing as a nation. We've got a lot of countries that I'm not really familiar with that are existing down here. South African Republic, German Empire still controls Madagascar, and here's Sud-West Africa, which is also its own country. We've got some free civilian factories. I'm going to start queuing up some additional... Well, you know what? Military factories aren't going to do me a lot of good when I run out of manpower. So, I guess we'll go with some naval dockyards for now. Start building up my naval power a little bit. There is something I can do here. Let me take a look at... Oh, see, I'm used to playing the modern day mod where you have control over your immigration policies. That's not the case here. Here's our occupied territories. Nothing I can really release. Okay. Uganda has a good queen and they are brothers. Alright, where's Uganda? Oh, I guess that's what that is, huh? Spanish Civil War is over. The socialists have won. There's Congo here. Nigeria is actually kind of small at the moment. So the Spanish Civil War is over. We've got the Iberian Federation, which is socialist. At some point, we're going to end up at war with all these socialists. I'm looking at you, Illyria. I know that you and Syria are where I'm after next. Maybe Syria is where we go. I think there's probably a national focus that I can use for that, so I'm going to hold off at least for now on war with Syria or with Serbia. But I am going to go ahead and get lined up for a war and justify just in case I decide to do that. Challenge: make island independent and take over Scandinavia. Rule: can't join any faction. Mods allowed. That would be fascinating. That reminds me. I'm just catching up on some of the things that you guys are saying here. I apologize. It reminds me, I am going to be doing a multiplayer game on Hearts of Iron 4. We haven't decided what yet, if we'll use any mods or what that'll look like, but if you want to head again over to the Discord server or check out my video that I made last week where I talked about a multiplayer Hearts of Iron 4. If you want to participate, what I need to know is when you would be available. Just let me know what time it is where you are so I can kind of keep track of how that coordinates to me, or you can just tell me what time would work for you, Eastern United States time. And we're going to try to figure that out and maybe do an hour a couple of times a week in that series. And I'm going to record it all for a future series, but I won't put them up live until it's over because I don't want you to see what I'm doing if you're an enemy of mine. So check that out. The Black Panther leads at Wakanda, yes. I have not yet seen the movie Black Panther, nor have I seen the new Avengers. I need to see both of those. And MWO, you're saying American Union State, when they're winning, it means that CSA has low manpower. That would make sense that they may be running low on manpower at this point. That war's been going for quite a while over there. All right, so we're going to surround Serbia and prepare if I do decide to go to war there. It won't take too long. But they were justifying against me not too long ago. Oh, I don't have a front line first. There we go. Okay, so that's set to go when the time comes. Play Iron Curtain mod multiplayer where it's going to be East versus West. That would be fascinating to do. I'd have to play that one first. If we do anything that's World War II or even the vanilla game or Black Ice or something, I'm planning on being the Soviet Union. I've never played as the Soviet Union in World War II on this game before, so I think that would be a unique and interesting challenge. All right, we're into June of 1939, so covering a lot of ground today. I'm going to go for about another 20 minutes. If you're just joining us, moving forward, second Melbourne uprising. So what's going on in Australia? The Australasian Confederation, which is part of the Entente, which includes Canada, the Kingdom of France, Dominion of India, New England, Portugal, Nepal, the fall of Petrograd, the Sultanate of Egypt has capitulated. So, wow, a lot happening right now. Petrograd has fallen to the Soviets. Oh, wow, didn't see that coming. Okay, there it is. Soviet Russia was annexed. The Ottoman Empire has taken 28 states. They annexed Egypt and Saudi Arabia. Wow. So 2 big things just happened. The Ottoman Empire is regaining some of its former glory. At some point, we are looking at you, Italian Republic, for expansion. Right now, I'm guaranteeing their independence. Alright, so there's some infrastructure. Now that we're at peace, I think we can go back here. Oh, can't do it yet. The fires of war burn once more, and our interests in Italy are threatened by an emboldened international. Approaching Albania. Here we go. Alright, so I do have a faction now. So let's see what we need to do to invite to our faction. Oh, they're already a part of it, obviously, since they're one of my puppets. So I think Bohemia, Galicia, and Illyria are all part of my faction. Alright. Expedition to South America. Is that a focus on mine, or are you talking about on the mod that you're talking about there? While we're waiting here, I'm going to look at some of these other things. So we've got approaching Greece as another option in Protector of the Balkans. I'll have an annex war goal against Bulgaria if I go all the way down. Still not going to be able to do that. Gotcha. All right, let's take a look real quick at the date that we will have justification against Serbia complete. All right, it's going to be September 1939, the historic start of World War II. All right, I want to take a look over here real quick. All right, we can go up Concentrated Industry 3. Let's also check in on my production. Man, I got a lot of medium tanks to make to get caught up, as well as light tanks. So I definitely need more factories. Looks like motorized, I've got a surplus. The Tsardom restored! Oh my gosh! Interesting. Look at that. We've got Tsar Dmitry III, the leader of the Russian Empire. Fascinating. Maybe that's somebody that we can align with, being a fellow empire in the world. And of course we've got familial ties, as all the monarchies of Europe do. So we're going to be approaching Albania, which is right here. I don't know what that exactly is going to mean yet, whether they'll just become an ally or just join the faction, what exactly what'll happen with that, but we'll find out soon enough. We've got about 15 minutes to go, so we'll at least go through the invasion and conquering of Serbia in this episode today. Hey, Fuzzly, thanks for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, there's our approaching Albania. The Principality of Albania was left under Austrian influence after the Weltkrieg, but our delegation was forced to abscond due to internal problems. Now, however, we are ready to resume our earlier contact. So they get an event facsimile from Vienna. Let's see what that means. In the meantime, can we go with any of these right now? No, we can't. And of course, this one I've already chosen down here, so I can't do anything else. Did that whole tree. I guess we could work on our military, but I think I'd rather kind of focus some more on the economy. We've got 3 civilian factories that can be built with this one. Let's find out what happens with Albania. All right, Albania agrees to join our sphere of influence. So they've joined our faction. So that'll actually help a little bit because they share a tiny border with Serbia. It looks like a couple of my divisions are not actually getting orders for the invasion. Not entirely sure why that is. Yeah, it screwed that up. Hold on. There we go. All right. Whatever works. It's gonna be a quick invasion anyway. Bulgaria just canceled their Lend-Lease. Whatever, guys. Whatever. Your time's coming. That's gonna be my big war, I think, is when I go after Bulgaria, which I'll get to through national focus. Alright, we've got just over a month. Battle plans with no units assigned. Why is that exactly? Alright, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to just reset all of these to make it easier. Some of them are going to come around to Albania now. We're going to bring down the other army that's over here in Italy right now. This is going to be a really quick invasion when it happens. Manpower's starting to go up a little bit. Hey, Pirates. Do you like pirates or do you like the sports team, the Pirates? Where's the name come from? I'm curious. So we'll get the civilian economy going here. That reminds me, I have to get my planes ready for this war. Get them all going in the Western Balkans. There we go. Got a lot of old fighters available to me. They can kind of fill in. Got some unassigned divisions. Excellent. Just one, I guess. Is Bulgaria in my faction? No, it is not. They're actually in the Reichspakt, so they're in a well, that's a problem. They're in the faction that's at war against the socialists. So Germany, Belarus, Morocco, Ukraine, East German Asian country, United Baltic Duchy, Lithuania, Flanders, Ireland, Netherlands, Poland. Yeah, so we're not going to war with Bulgaria anytime soon. That's for sure. I may be better off to kind of turn my attention to help in the war with France and Britain. But I still want to gather up as much of the former Austro-Hungarian Empire as I can first. At some point, we'll be able to go with the syndicalist menace, because that's who I really am going to end up at war with at some point. I wish it would allow some of these things. But I think I probably have to release Hungary first. Over here, I can't do this one because we have to occupy Slovakia, Transylvania, or Hungary. And Hungary doesn't exist as a nation. I don't think Transylvania exists anymore. So a lot of those options aren't available to me right now. Alright, we're a couple of days away from invading Serbia. Let's take a look and see the exact date for that. The 16th. So we still got 2 weeks, actually. But we'll wrap it up in this episode. Probably after I finish off Serbia, because that'll take us right up to about an hour. And I try to do these in small chunks during the middle of the day. At least middle of the day for me. Just to let you know what else is coming up. My final episode of my playthrough in the modern day mod for Hearts of Iron 4 as the German Empire finished up today, and that video went live a couple of hours ago. Tomorrow, Saturday, I'll have my next episode up as Mida, as I attempt to unite Ireland under one High King. That's in Thrones of Britannia, which is the brand new Total War game that just came out. So that'll be the second episode in that series. That'll be live tomorrow. And I'll have my regular Ultimate General Civil War Union Campaign live stream on Saturday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, which I know is kind of late for some of you folks in Europe. I apologize, but you can always check back and watch it later without watching it in real time. After that, I'll continue all the series that I have going on every couple of days. We're about 5 days away now. Peru is overpowered. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on with Peru. They're social conservative. They're in the Buenos Aires-Lima axis. So what do we have here? We've got an Argentinian. You know what? Let's take a look real quick at the factions before this war begins with Serbia. All right, so there's the justification. So we've got the Latin American Union, which is Bolivia and Brazil. The Great Khanate, which is Mongolia and Tibet. China First, which has no one in it except one country. The Entente, which we looked at a little while ago. New England, Portugal, West Indies, Nepal. Kingdom of France, which is in Africa. Dominion of India, Canada. Third Internationale, which is that big socialist confederation right here. The Reichspakt, which we looked at a few minutes ago. The Co-Prosperity Sphere, which is Japan, Fengtian government. The Kingdom of Hawaii, Kingdom of Siam, and the Republic of the Philippines. And then the Buenos Aires Lima axis is La Plata, which is Argentina and a couple of other countries, and Peru. All right, let's do this. You were Brazil and couldn't conquer them. Interesting. All right, Serbia. This is traditionally what started the First World War, even in our timeline here. Okay. And we're off. I believe this will be a quick war. I'm guessing 2 weeks, tops. Well, that's kind of interesting. Starting off kind of slow. Mainly because I'm crossing a river and some divisions are not in position. So I'm not really sure why these units aren't moving forward yet. Let's make sure everybody's got orders. Go. Come on, guys, go. Please go. Yeah, see, some of these are saying no divisions. I guess I'm going to have to go manual for now. Oh, I can't cross there. Interesting. Alright, we've got a few things we got to do real quick. One is I've got some free civilian factories. One is my national focus. We can't intervene in Romania because there is no Romania. We can't approach Greece because we're not at peace. I guess let's get some military research going. And we'll continue to build up some factories. Alright, I want to take a look at production real quick. I think we're good there. You know what I want to do, though, is I want to start building some battleships. Which is going to take a while. No, let's go from Bulgaria for that. Okay. Yeah, you know, there are a lot of glitches, especially when you're dealing with mods. There's some things that are going to occasionally crash or not work properly. And now, what did we do? Serbia. I've never seen battles between infantry happening at sea unless it was a naval invasion, and then it just appears that way. But that's one I haven't seen. I don't know if that's an issue in a particular mod or something. Wow, it will not let me attack anywhere along this border, so I'm not sure why my troops lined up there. But that probably has something to do with the slow movement that I'm experiencing. Alright, we're just going to select all of these units over here. Tell them to get moving. So once we break through, once we get everybody up here, it'll happen faster. There we go. We took our first territory. So lost 14,000 men so far to only 3,000 for the Serbians. The Serbians are going to fight hard. We're going to call our allies into this one just to get it over with quicker. There we go. Now we've opened up a bunch of new things. Maybe that's why I couldn't invade through Albania, is it because they weren't in the war? I don't know. So maybe I should have done that first. Either way, problem solved now. Oh, look at these troops coming down through Austria to help out. Alright, Serbia still only lost 4,000 men. Good for them. Not good for me, as I'm quickly going to run out of manpower. It's going to be a costly war in Serbia. But the thing is, once I break through, it'll happen fast, because we've got 3 times, well, 4 times his manpower. We've got air superiority, so that helps. I'm just curious about the other wars in the world right now, while we're waiting. A lot of them are stalemates. There's not really any right now that are close to being over with. The British-German war is a costly one. Losses are 2 million on the German side, on the Reichspakt, and 600,000 over here on the communist side. Problem is, Britain doesn't have that many divisions, so France is kind of propping them up right now. Socialist Republic of Italy has even less. Alright, now we're making some inroads into Serbia. Ardad Galant, what is up? We've missed you, my friend. It's nice to see you again. I'm just about done here. As soon as I conquer Serbia, we're going to be wrapping this episode up. But you can go back and watch the whole thing later and get caught up. This is episode 4, playing here in KAISERREICH. Serbia still has only lost 11,000. And I'm down to just 50,000 in my manpower. We're auto-saving. There we go. So we're going to start building up the Navy because with manpower being such an issue for Austria, I'm going to have to be smart with my forces because I just can't spam a bunch of divisions moving forward. In fact, I should probably slow down what I'm already producing. Alright, where are we on this war? Serbia still has barely lost any of their victory points. And the casualties are like 6-7 to 1 right now. But he can't possibly hold. Who will be my next target after Serbia? Well, I'd really very much like to look into Italy. I just got to be smart. Really, the Italian Republic is the one that makes the most sense, just because they have no allies. The problem is that I'm currently guaranteeing them, which I will revoke here shortly. In fact, let's go ahead and do that now. They've given me military access, which I will have to cancel, and I'll have to cancel my non-aggression pact. So we'll do all that. Hopefully they don't buddy up with someone else. In fact, why don't we go ahead and start justifying against them now? And we'll take that. And then let's see here. This is the Socialist Republic of Italy. So if I wanted to join in the war against all the socialists, that's probably the best place to do it, would be to start by declaring on them. That'll probably bring, well, it will bring in their allies. I start at 1 o'clock my time, Eastern time. It is just after 2 now. I'm doing this just to let all you guys know who are here. Let's pause for a second. Every Tuesday and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's just past 2 now, so you can kind of see what the time is. I'll be doing an hour live stream on this series every Tuesday and Friday till it's done. If there's any reason why I can't do that, I'll announce that on the Discord, but also hopefully on this series as well, or if I do a channel update video. Russia has announced their ambitions. Numerous nations in Eastern Europe have already recalled their embassies in Russia, and the world is waiting for Germany's response. Wow. So we may see a war between Germany and Russia here shortly. That would be interesting. Serbia is just about done. We've kind of got them in a couple of different pockets of resistance now. Wow, 117,000 lost. Alright, I'm going to slow down my queues here. In fact, I'm not going to produce any more infantry divisions for now. This war took way longer than I thought it would. I think a big part of it is the mountains, the terrain, the small size of the country, which means it's more compact for him to defend. Alright, 1940 is almost upon us, so we're going to start upgrading the fighters. Downfall and stability, yeah, that's kind of going up and down, I get it. Alright. Should be getting close to victory in Serbia. Abyssinia declared war on Somalia. Abyssinia, I think, is Ethiopia. Yeah, right here. So, Ethiopia, Somalia at war. Pretty much every continent has major wars happening right now. Wow, Serbia has still... They basically must only have a couple of victory points that are worth everything. So one of them's right here. And one right here. Tough fight. But he's starting to lose a lot of men. You can see now he's actually lost more men than I have now. So that actually happened quickly. Alright, there we go. And I think that's mainly because I cut off and destroyed some of his divisions. Alright, there's that. Get Somalia. They shot Jamie Lannister and Black Hawk down. Yes, they did. Wasn't he one of the two guys that got the Medal of Honor that were on the ground there, the sniper at the very end, in the downed helicopter? Well, a fantastic movie. One of my favorites. I thought so, yeah. Sugar, that's right, yep. It's been a while. I don't remember the actual names of the people. I remember all the actors that were in it. One of my all-time favorite actors is in that movie, and that's Jason Isaacs. I loved him in almost everything he's been in. Obviously, my kids are really into Harry Potter, so he's Malfoy in there. But I love him in The Patriot. He's just one of those guys that I just like in everything that he does. He was in Armageddon. The Fall of Atlanta. Oh, that war may be just about over in the United States. Yeah. American Union State is going to be finished here pretty soon. So that's going to be another communist nation, a communist world power. All right, so we're going to finish off Serbia and we'll wrap up this episode. Russian Empire declared war on Mongolia. So they're going after that big territory in the east. So they're going to be fighting with Mongolia and Tibet. I'm down to just 20,000 in my manpower. And Serbia still has barely lost victory points. Almost all of their victory points must be right here. So the next episode will be into 1940, and we'll be looking to spread into Italy. We'll take Milan, have a nice vacation spot. Let's finish these guys off. Tough war in Serbia. Now he's lost 274,000. He's only got a couple of divisions left. Very low manpower. Fierce Serbians is right. They fought hard and put up as much of a fight as could be expected against overwhelming numbers. And they completely wiped me out of manpower. I'm going to be out of manpower by the time this war's over. It's going to take a while to replenish that. All right, Siam took 5 states. Japan took 2. Indo-Chinese Union was annexed. All right, here we go. What do we got as far as resources go? Because that's the main thing for me. We've got a little bit of tungsten here. So we're going to take that first. Is it going to let me take it all? Okay, I'm going to take all of Serbia. Perfect. All right. We're going to wrap it up right there, guys. As always, thank you for being a part of this ongoing series, this ongoing live stream series. Plan to check out the next one. It will be Tuesday, same time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and then again on Friday and ongoing from there. Check out the Discord server if you want to kind of keep up with announcements, but also be a part of some great discussion. Be watching for my other videos. This one will be live in a couple of hours. You'll be able to go back and watch everything. Yeah, sorry, Joker, you are late, sir. I'm wrapping up right now. Just to kind of recap, we won a war against Romania, but Bulgaria got a lot of the territory. I just took out Serbia. I'm turning my attention now to the Italian Republic right here. That'll be the next episode. So probably in about an hour to 2 hours, this video will be on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch it from the beginning. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again next Tuesday